Hicks coming to you live from Houston, Texas. Wow. Jimmy, we're live. Check it 5 FM in Houston, Texas. But let me tell y'all something. Morning of news to me, okay? But I want to take a moment to thank my team. I want to thank Jordan. I want to take our whole team. I want to Jimmy, all the guests that's going on in this world. And, you know, anybody that gets behind a microphone or in front of a TV camera, we have an awesome responsibility, you know. You know, you never know who got mental issues. You never know, you know, like your grandma used to, you know, let's be point. You know what's going on out there in the news. I just want us airways, and that's why you should be careful what you tweet and what you put on this Facebook feed. Because guess what? We got a privilege, man, without talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And, you know, it's a great, and I got a tip of the day from y'all. You know, basketball, USA roster, he had a good chance to make the team. With y'all, if you're a fan, he said, it's the tip of the day. If you see your favorite athlete, entertainer, I don't mean coming up there talking about, you know, I don't mean to interrupt your dinner. That won't cut it. There's some people eating, because you know what I found out? You wait till you get through eating, but then you come over there and bother them. So, and then another thing, Jimmy, I was at church yesterday, and they recognized the young kids going to college. The Texas Southern University next year. I've never heard it said like that. This little kid was so proud to go to Texas Southern, HBCU. Our game tonight at 7 o'clock, Jimmy. Now we can bear with me. What you got, Jim?
Well, I mean, let's talk about the, you mentioned about the USA basketball teams. And as you know, I provide some intel about the team that they're about to engage this week, actually tomorrow. And, you know, Kyle Lowry has still yet to be cleared from his doctor after the season. So to fix that. So he's waiting to be cleared, and that what opens the door to, they're going to play with the select team now. Remember that select team has, you know, almost a dual amount of pro guys, a number of pro guys on it. And check this out. Okay, this team that will be going to China, which was added to the selection pools, 35. And that's for the have already withdrawn themselves from consideration. Mm-hmm. Remember, it was 35 players for what? A 12-man roster. Mm-hmm. So they had more than enough names on the board that all of a sudden withdrawn. And different reasons. So now that enhances the odds. You know, this team still, now they're still going to be expected qualifying. We go sideways and look at a young team, right? The Pan Am games. And
who's on that team? You got that roster? I want to know who them guys. We ain't gonna never let them play no more. You got that? Please find it.
For college guys.
Please find the roster for me, Jimmy. We'll find it.
Now I know some of the players that were on it.
I just had never heard of them.
Start from C now.
Okay, but I ain't never heard of them. Okay.
Colin Gillespie from Villanova.
I ain't never heard of him.
He's a star. Texas, yeah. And we don't normally.
Jimmy, I don't. You work about Texas. I work the world, and I've never heard of them. But keep going. You, Jimmy. I study this for a living, and I don't know these guys. I'm just telling you, these are not the best guys in the Big East.
That didn't go into the draft.
Yeah, they're not the best guys in the Big East.
Yeah, most of them are.
No.
Most of them are.
You got to realize some of these teams are constructed different, Jimmy.
And speaking of the Pan Am games, the USA men's basketball team, they always take collegiate guys for the Pan Am games. Now get this now, since 1983. 36 years.
I said over there. You talking about, we're not sending our best talent over there.
Well,
that's why we're doing it.
Once again, opportunity to help, you know, we don't need to send that's the Pan Am games. And back in the older days, the Pan Am games had a little bit more significance. But these guys, that's worth it for me to go. It's business decisions across the board for a lot of in the college ranks and making these decisions. So that's kind of funny. Also over the weekend, guys, Carmelo Anthony, that was on Friday, sit down and have it was, you know, your thoughts on it. Carmelo did pretty good with keeping calm and not, you know, not telling too much of his business. But head coach Mike D'Antoni, whom
I don't think he protected him.
well, not
But throw the GM under the bus? That don't make sense. I'd rather protect the GM who got more power. I don't think he protect. What if he just told the truth?
well, what if he just told him?
Here's truth. I don't think that it was D'Antoni. Daryl Morey came in and told me, hey man, after 10 games, man.
He went to Daryl Morey, right, and directly and asked him, hey, look, is there anything I can do to help, you know, help the team? Anything that I, you know, what do I need to do?
Right.
For a game the following evening. Mm-hmm. And Carmelo, he told Carmelo, but you know what, man? Matter of fact, you take the night off. You don't even need. He's like, no, I want to play. No. You're not going to even suit up. Reality moment. And one thing that I didn't.
Did you think he helped himself?
Yeah, I think he helped himself.
With who? The fans?
Side of the story. That GM or that GM Daryl Morey, to his allies, he talk a little bit and recap the alumni tournament, the No Excuses Pro City League,
my goodness,
and a lot more on the Chop Shop. Be right back.
It's a great weekend of great. Thank you, man. Oh yeah, it was a great weekend. Let me tell you something.
Somebody got a question for you.
What?
Melvin Dooms got a question for you. He's made MJ millions. Mm-hmm. Charlotte is trash. And Jordan knows the feeling of wanting to play.
How have he made MJ millions? First of all, how many Melo shoes you bought? I know Jimmy ain't bought none. I know ain't nobody in the studio. How many Melo shoes you bought? Hey, Ashley. Melvin Dooms, come on. That man ain't made that man ain't made Michael Jordan. Is it working?
Yeah.
It working? Okay.
Don't wonder where you want it.
Okay. All right. I know he brand Jordan, but how have he made Michael Jordan money? Have Michael Jordan paid more than he paid him? I'll put it like this. No, wait a minute. That is mine. Wait a minute. What's my extension? Yeah, that's mine. That's mine.
What the hell you talking about, man? So you don't got nothing on there.
Yeah, it's just going in and out like it's distorted.
I don't know. Most time I gotta plug them back up after y'all leave.
Hold on 1 minute.
Okay. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Mine different. Okay. Okay. I can hear it a little bit. Now, Melvin, I hope Michael Jordan, I beg to differ on that one. But, give me some.
Welcome back to the Chop Shop, your midday sports happy hour, the best 120 minutes of your day. Moving right along, of course, Jim Hick Sports Talk Show, the Chop Shop. We roll a little differently on the Chop Shop. Put it like that. We're streaming live right now. If you're driving your vehicles and jamming, we are streaming live right now via Facebook. Simply type in ChopShopHTX. We also on YouTube. Type in Chop Shop. That's one thing about watching us during the stream. You're able to engage and interact with a lot of the viewers from all over the world. And also you can pose questions and communicate with us non-verbally. And you can communicate with and the Charlotte Bobcats.
And he said something about he had made Michael Jordan money. And that's the part that, I don't, because you always think I don't know what I'm talking about. But go give me what you're talking about.
Well, that's not the reason you look it up. You look it up to go and you get some facts.
He said Michael Jordan some money. I asked you a simple question.
Yeah.
And how many around the world? Jordan, do you have a pair of Melos?
Not right now.
Okay.
He was 4 years old when that back in 2003 or something like that.
Okay. So, well, I ain't never had a Melo.
I'm just saying, but Melo, we understand, after taking Syracuse to the national championship, from the Allen Iverson movement of the cornrows, and Melo development of street cred. So Melo at that time. LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, they were the flyest things coming into the league. And guess what?
Sell the shoe.
Yeah, but a lot of people had at some point in time, ways with Carmelo, they discontinued his shoe. That's very rare and unheard of. Meaning that they didn't.
So if they discontinue your shoe, that means you wasn't making them no money. Jim saying why? If Jordan thought Melo could help them win games, he bring Melo. Hey Melo, thank you for that question, but we're gonna move on from
Melo. That was spurred that topic is that will he be back in the league this year? Do you think Carmelo Anthony, after that interview, that basically was an interview a public interview in front of, because
he was pleading.
Here's the thing. I watched it, I taped it and went back and watched it. Well, the word that came out about a farewell tour, and that was one of somebody in Melo's, and that was not, and people too. You're not even in the league. Now that would be begging. That's what they perceive as begging, because you're asking basically in this situation.
Right.
And so one of the things that Carmelo said to do was set out and prove or to state and push that narrative, and which I think he succeeded in that from his truth.
Friends of Melo said Melo didn't say that. So Melo said, I'm tired of people talking for me. I'll say it myself. And what I'm going over to China, because you just said they had a pool of 35, and then of that pool of 35, well, but 5 of those 5 still there. Wouldn't that be something that they could have probably, hey Melo, because you led the USA basketballers going. This train saying Melo should be, and I'm just wondering. You already know Michael Jordan, the guy who he's on his brand, want to hire him.
And only time will tell. And a Smith team man rosters. So you think that all 32, that there are 15, that every team in the NBA has 15 other players who can produce or better than what you've been in you right now. There is not a complete concern the Carmelo Anthony, even though he played only 10 games for the Houston Rockets. But in those 10 games, he still averaged double digits coming off the. Because time will tell. That's what I'm saying. See, the thing is now.
I found out something about Melo in New York. You remember before he went to New York from Denver? You know who was balling in New York before Melo got there? Jeremy Lin. Take the big shot. And Melo said, no, man, Jeremy Lin never been the same. It was talking about the guy mentally had never been the same again because that team had been around him. And I just found this out yesterday, being the man.
Or better than that, deeper than the players, the Houston Rockets bought into Lindsay. They could have been still mad at Melo for that. Because Melo helped breathe.
Said, okay, Mr. Melo. And then they said the kid have never been the same. But we can come back to that. Jimmy, they asked Lou Williams a question. Why he stayed and stayed with the Clippers. Listen to this now. This the Clippers, Jimmy. This came out of Lou Williams' mouth.
I know, based on
Houston. He said, those people treat me better than any organization ever. But now he's saying, think about it. He didn't say, he don't make but $7 million.
I mean,
$8 million.
Lou Will at Toronto, he didn't have 2 girls.
He didn't play with the Clippers. Okay, Clippers. You worry about the man's personal.
I mean,
speaking of ladies, life of a young lady who came and sit right in my chair. Jillian Williams. It's just something. I'm giving people tidbits. That was for the men. I got some. I'm gonna tell you. I walked out when they started had the men bikinis. I mean the men's swimwear. I walked out. The men finished, then I'll come back in. But let me tell you something. But that was great production. Casey Williams, the board of directors. Let me tell you, Jimmy, you get valet, Jimmy. They get you the umbrella and take you up the red carpet. And you go in and everybody had on white. It was a great, it might have been 1 or 2 people didn't have on all white. Great event, Then they had the championship over the weekend. The championship game was almost sold out, Jimmy. That pro excuses are ever. So I know we got to take a break, Jimmy, but I had to get that in.
Yeah, man. So we're going to get ready to go to the break, guys. I'll give a shout out, man. I just heart feel warm for Melo, 10-time All-Star. But anyway, we come right back, guys. We'll continue this conversation and those details. We come right back. Chop, chop.
Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Chop, chop. Man. Jimmy, when I tell you, when on time and wham, back to back, who was doing the coordinating the music, he was unbelievable. It was one dude sitting behind me, Jimmy. Looked at her. I looked at him and looked at her. I said, I ain't seen it yet. It came through yet. Oh, my. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. But they said we look like.
I mean, it's not long.
Don't say you got to put the camera behind the knee, bro.
Usually, it's
we
a
can't.
longer cord.
We can't.
We'll put it right there.
You usually be closer to
We
it.
ain't got the cord.
Yeah. But we don't have an extension. Make sure I got it right. Yeah, because it's coming through the camera, Jim. We got it. Say it usually be right here.
You like it like that?
It's just coming from that angle, man. Ain't nothing else you can do.
Yeah, it's not too much.
From that angle, yeah. We good. They don't need to be looking at us no way. Our money, and he just started laughing.
1 minute.
Huh? The thing, instead of y'all running your mouth, you should have came and supported the event. Now, how about themselves? I'm trying to help y'all out and give y'all a visual. I gotta bring it. Tim Ford, what's up, baby? Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, broadcasting on the Power 101.5 FM, and we all at ChopShopHTX. Jimmy, where you want to go? Where you want to
Congratulate the Aldine High School alumni who went out and successfully defended in Houston 20 different teams were represented, and that is the most.
Yeah, how many teams?
20.
20 teams.
Yeah, that's the most we ever had, and smoothly flowed. Put it like that, meaning that no games were running way behind. Them old heads tear those referees off the bone. These are basically the same GTWs. You got a story?
I got something for you.
Okay, so in the championship game, how about this? 29 points.
Oh, he scored points like his son.
He did in that game.
Wow. Unbelievable. That's good. What else happened?
And I was getting them guys who came through, that played this past week, a lot of the former street of this event. And it's always held the first weekend in August. So, if you are at one, because we have a Mississippi team confirmed for next year already. Tupelo, Mississippi, right above.
It's near one below. Come on.
Richard Pryor. I mean, they're coming next year.
Okay.
And of course, now we're waiting. Snoop Johnson is claiming that a data skim. And and I'm gonna tell you my vision for this, because somebody asked me, and here it is. I have a dream that every Houston area team that participates in next year's alumni tournament, and I'm going to request and invite for the first game of the alumni from that very school, and hopefully the former stars will become good after introducing themselves to them. And here's what that does. It does for 12th graders. And he learns about him. Then that's going to, and he's going to come to a game because he has fingerprints on the program now. And also what it does on the other side, and this is especially when we were in high school. Think about how many times you walk by the trophy case and you those guys in them afros, those guys in those old trophies from the 70s or the 80s or the 90s, you ain't paid no attention to. You see them, but you really hadn't paid attention. Well, guess what? What if you get a chance to meet one of those guys who took your team? You're going to be looking, you'll say, man, and you're going to tell your homeboy, these two, man, I got his number in my phone. I know him, man. He's hiring relationship. Now, meanwhile, of course, my plan is to connect and keep. There's so many things going on in society. You just don't give a minor cell phone number to a grown up.
Right.
So that means now that parent capacity to do that before for this alumni tournament. And I'm thinking, guys, if that happens, we could do so much for next year. Okay. I'm not sure who I was playing. If TJ might be playing or coaching or whatnot, but Willow Ridge High School is confirmed for next year. These are 3 teams that we 10th anniversary. And we're going to do something really, really, really big for next year. But Heather, I'm telling you, man.
Great.
Because we got too many kids.
I didn't grow up here, so I don't know none of them. Yes.
The semis, the championship took place.
But something happened before that game.
The All
was packed. See, that's what I'm like, boy, let me tell you something. Didn't step over in your expertise, but I wrote a couple of people's names. The kid from Duncanville, Damon Nichols.
Yeah, he came to the Southwest Exposure.
So, who is this kid? Reggie. I'm gonna go see what time he played. What time? You remember what time he played? Because I said I didn't want to see Nimitz, but now that
he's an opener.
He ain't missing. He's probably still hitting shots right. That's all right. That's all right.
I'm saying, I'm not mad at you.
He got
just remind
play yourself, hey young fella. Let me tell you how you get around politics. You got to play yourself. But guess what? No. But he played well in the game. Played well in the game. I like that kid.
Ranked one of the high players in the area.
But I don't look.
So it's not like he was a John Doe.
But I didn't know nothing. See, Jimmy, what you don't understand is, if it ain't two or three guys that I follow constantly, I don't get a chance. Though I saw that guy, he passed the eye test with me. I have him on. I had another kid that's going to the 11th. I didn't get it. But they're dealing. But I know we'll go to the next segment, I guess, if we have a chance, because this PGW, Jimmy, you took the whole segment up on the nightcap. I didn't stay for the nightcap. The championship of the league, I think Daniel House team won. Simmons was trying to get back because he had lost earlier at the TBT. He was trying to get one. But Jonathan Simmons was the MVP of the whole league that year. He had got the MVP trophy. It was the playoffs.
Now I did hear that Joe Young.
Oh, what? I know he had 40.
And they say the old Joe Young, it came back at just the right time. Yeah. Because people remember your last. Mm-hmm. So that's his last time playing in the house, and all the rest of the guys who were at the Fundy Recreation Center on yesterday.
Did we open up that topic already?
We didn't close it though.
Okay.
Ran out of time.
Yeah. We done beat it up. We done beat that one. Okay. The atmosphere was crazy in there, y'all. That was the best one. That's the best one. Okay. Hey, he said, no, I don't have no reason to look at no rankings. So yes, I don't just look at rankings. Nah. NFL draft board, I look at that a whole lot. What's up, Sean? What's up, Trey Phillips? Just can come to y'all AAU practice. Heard. That's for you high school folks. I bet I keep up with them. And all that the first time I saw them. None. Okay. Yeah. Somebody told me that. Thank you for Trey. Somebody was telling me, thank you, Trey. I need to know that. Somebody told me that.
Hey, how the damn time?
That man said I got to watch the rankings like I did the fashion show.
Welcome back. The best 120 minutes of your day.
Got starting 5 coming.
Yeah, sure. You share the Chop Shop with your lunch, YouTube. But meanwhile, it's that time of the day where we I guess show our appreciation for the top 5 viewers who logged on.
Who you got?
I got Carnivorous Dudes, Herb Baker, and Ashley Jones round off my starting 5.
Oh, we got a whole different starting 5. Harold Anderson and Dr. John Newsom is in the building. That's my starting 5.
So, that is the annual Yates High School fundraiser, which will take place. It's been going on for about 5-6 years now. And back when they were in the 5th.
The summer team got a player that the high school team got.
We're going to schools that have teams that are playing. I know Yates, of course, they're the host school this weekend. The schedule will be released on tomorrow, rcssports.com. We'll keep you guys posted right here on the Chop Shop. Now,
but play that clip for me in press conference. 9-year-old boy.
Basketball, all of them. I feel like much. So I'm done with the endless advice from parents. I know you think you helped. I'm walking away from my career. I'll miss my friends and the fun we had when we were young. I said I'd play this game. Everyone.
What are you going to do with all your free time?
Thank you. Let me tell you something, y'all. I'm going to post that, and I want y'all to take a look. It's come to this, kids everywhere are retiring from sports. I'm telling you, parents, coaches, and leagues need to change and get out of their way. Because guess what? We got a guest, and I'm going to let Jimmy, announce the guest.
oh man, we got joining us right now. Of course, we're on the back nine of the Chop Shop, and this is where. And we have live with us Gary Charles, the Don, one of the so choose to always label it 2 weeks ago, called the Big Time in Las Vegas. Yielded a moment that spiraled viral. That was when LeBron James, the kid, got the alley-oop, and LeBron was exuberant in his celebration and lost his footing. It began to just bash LeBron,
And Gary, a PG gonna go.
And so, without further ado, Gary Charles, welcome to the Chop Shop. And we got a bad rap.
The fact that you guys are letting me on your show, I love your show. He was being portrayed and being treated. I watched that family there the whole week. They were first class. They gave no problem. He showed pure enjoyment. And it wasn't even for his son. The whole place went crazy. They went crazy the same way people go crazy at Walk Up. We had just done that, I believe, the night before. For the thought that was magic. I thought that was excitement. That's a moment the kid would never forget, because the person thought he had done anything wrong, except it's ludicrous.
That the kid who dunked the ball was not even LeBron James's. Well, let me ask you. You were there. Was that?
So another place when Bronny went down the middle and okay.
No, because even when they go out there and they show it on TV,
okay,
they
gotcha.
clearly show you that which place go out there, it changes 10 different times. Even when he was on the layup line doing the dunk stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, here's the thing about we're entertained. Doing it excited his team and it excited the crowd. So when I hear people say other parents couldn't do it, well, let me just say it, that's true. You couldn't, in which way we talk about, well, why do we allow people to do certain things? And I'm sitting there saying, you're the same person that's gonna go pay us $5,000 to go see that man play. He's not a regular. You think I did with Shoni O'Neal and her family? Hell, I made sure they sat on the floor.
That's right.
I heard your previous statement about a 9-year-old kid. If I told you the thing that came in that time, watching him, I watched Lara in the last couple of years with Carmelo. Totally enjoyed her son playing and excitement that she showed excitement. Matt Barnes won a championship. I believe his son was in the 11 under team. Okay? He got
Right.
sent out of the game.
Right.
His team won and his team was up. That's because I watched his mother's lawyer. I watched, act in total class. one of the best things you have done was to teach your son composure as a dad. As a dad, I was happy that he can enjoy those moments. You know, with him, with
we got Gary Charles joining us live on the Chop Shop. We go to a quick break. Chop Shop, right back. That Herb said if that would have been honest or not, or reluctant, or trying their best not to apply the different set of rights. So when in that status, his son was there.
He don't do that. He didn't do that. This was, I mean, it was just something he got caught up in the moment. But then
I didn't realize if you ever watch it again, after that alley-oop dunk, the other team immediately called time. By the time LeBron James had jumped on the floor, that was like, you know,
black folks doing to LBJ. What are black folks doing to LJ? I don't see what they. I don't see people in my sphere of influence. They all support LeBron. So I didn't see them piling up on LeBron. Did you see a lot of black people piling up on LeBron? You might have. I didn't.
What Jason Whitlock has. So
I'm not talking about his following.
But there are people that
he said black people piled on this guy.
Yes, it's
I haven't seen what some people piled on.
And so it becomes stark to a lot of people. Oh my God!
Have you talked to
basketball?
Have you talked to somebody who said?
Mostly everybody I talked to in the last 2 weeks, though, with all respect, has been in the basketball culture. So
and they're talking negative about
some people that try to remember that everybody's in the gym aren't rooting it too. There are some people that sit there and clutch their pearls. So it's been some people that. So he's rooting that hard for somebody else's kid.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Welcome back.
That's it.
Jim Hicks alongside Robert Hatter. Don't get 16 minutes live on Facebook. Simply type in ChopShopHTX and you can not only join the conversation but interact with viewers from all over the world. All of the radio stations in the United States on the terrestrial radio dial that are minority owned in the country based on those qualifications. That's on a minority owned or urban city in the country. So if we don't remind you guys, that's get that out the way first and foremost. Now let's get back to Gary Charles and live on the phone with us. And G, what's going on? That means you went and had a vision to go and just go into boldly go, in the words of Star Trek, which I'm not.
Well, no man has never been.
But only before. I mean, so I'm saying, what inspired it? Because you had to be like feeling some kind of way to say, you know what, to hell with that. I'm gonna do it like this, and it's gonna work. Tell us how that transpired.
Well, Kobe Bryant played in it, and our team lost in the championship to Lester Earl's team. So some of you guys maybe remember Lester Earl, Gene Eggerson, James Harden, Derrick Rose. They all played in it. A lot of guys, Sean Livingston, Derrick Rose, and on and on. So when Sonny retired, Dino Chagonis and I had created the fact that how things should be. So we decided to go our own separate ways. So Grant Rice and I, who was the third partner, we asked Sonny for permission to resurrect the big time. And he said to me, in his words, Gary, you're the only one to do it. And regardless of what the NCAA was going to do, in my mind, a couple of things that we had that they didn't have. One was be able to take vacation in Vegas. So meaning that no matter what happened, we were going to get X amount of teams. And when you build relationships 30 years, like I have, to be even bigger than I thought, it would be. So we were extremely happy with the turnout last year.
A lot of players. I know in the Houston, first of all, the NCAA had 4 regional camps across around the United States. In the Houston, 2 of the rising seniors who were ranked in the top 100 in the country that had been perceived.
Well, Gary had them all out there.
Paul Biancotti, who was both said it was the best non-live event they had ever been to in their lives. He said it was the best event of the summer, which I also had other shoe company teams there. We had all 3 shoe company teams. We had Adidas, we had Under Armour, and we had Nike teams there, and some other events. So it was tremendous.
And then Josh got a chance to play with Jalen Green, a guy who played against in the EYBL. That's kind of
Unreal.
unreal.
Yeah, to Josh Christopher, who's ranked number 10 by ESPN,
Yeah.
the show that they put on together,
Uh-huh.
something that put those two together, at Bishop Gorman, which was one of the best high schools in the country.
Oh yes.
But because of Bronny and his crew
Right.
and the Vegas 3, but that was the best decision we could have made because not only was the house packed,
Uh-huh.
but it was standing to the point that I had like certain. Tyler Lue showed up
With a
about
crew.
6, 7 people.
Right.
You know, Sean and social media people, they must see TV, so to speak. The talent level was pretty damn good. And by the way, guys,
Yeah.
that's a bad man.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, and Kate Cunningham was indeed special.
I forgot they were out there. Wow.
Yeah, the Titans, the Texans. This is the NBA with these camps, but the camps aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Now they may move.
No, we can help Sonny get a lot of teams through my friendship. I helped Kobe Bryant get his first shoe deal.
Mm.
We were right there, information that I know and that the NCAA has not taken advantage of in coming to us to help them plan these things.
Wow.
I knew right from the start they were in trouble. Instead of, looking new that at the end of the summer and running drills for 3 to 4 hours. Come on now, we all know. If you've been in this business long enough, you know what will work, what will not work with these guys. What will work because the people that I employed knew exactly what they needed to do.
in pulling off, and I guess and have no clue. Then they all that have, about this, that are entwined in this youth basketball. AA basically declared war. They declared us all. That is event operators, and they call us war.
On the summer coach.
Basically, they did in a nutshell, but it was more so they shot, but the buckshots hit some of the summer coaches. And so now,
So you think Condoleezza Rice came in and meetings were about?
NCAA is very reactive, not proactive. So when the thing happened in Vegas, it originated months ago.
Okay.
Meet, or if you had it in Florida, the coaches would not meet. People who are going to do what they're going to do because they know everyone's watching each other. But now that you've done what you've done, more things might happen because now you're operating in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
They keep calling us summer coaches. And I have no idea how we get summer coaches.
So you must be spring and summer coach. What should you call them? Because they said
You gotta go get a card. And the reason that we were able to get the teams out there is because I've had a relationship with some of these guys since, for about 30 years. If Mac Urban fired in Chicago, even though they're Nike teams, they come in because when they were branched out to another shoe company, and we were all together, a shoe deal, which literally Sonny and I did behind closed door for a year. Okay, no one knew what.
let's go to a quick break.
Gotta get
And we got the Sonny and Kobe, the deal that did not happen with Adidas. Right? We from Gary Charles. We come right back. You guys hang right there. Chop shop.
so. Y'all kidding me with all these names? Hold on. They ain't AAU coach.
No, it's
Okay.
not.
So then they came. Now you don't want to be saying something.
What-
There's grassroots coming.
What you gotta realize?
Y'all got to come up with something.
What you realize coming from Gary Charles in New York, with March, we know it's summer.
Yeah.
It's summer.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the proper term.
But the
because I was calling it. What's his name?
James Parker.
He came on to me, we don't call it in.
Yeah.
I said, okay. Oh my God. Hey man,
And
we're gonna have to figure this. That's the best one.
I mean, that's what it is.
Grassroots. That's the best one I've heard.
Grassroots, it is what it is. And the thing is,
Will Johnson said coach is a coach. But no, we're trying to, a lot of people, like I see on mainstream TV, they call it AAU coaches.
yeah, the AAU, remember we had the AAU on the show, on the Chop Shop 2 or 3 times. And because every time something bad happens, AAU is free publicity. So therefore, they just say, you know what? It's way more good than bad. So we're not going to tell people to stop saying AAU. That's basically what James Parker said when he came on the show.
Okay.
In so many words, which I understood after that. I said, okay, so you're playing the
What
odds.
you actually call it? Grassroots. I mean, if you give me a term, grassroots, because he said beginning.
Yeah.
It is the beginning.
Yeah.
But we still, hey, tomorrow, I know Gary Charles on here today, but we got to talk about this 9-year-old. These kids are retiring and it's because of you parents. And some of these coaches. Believe you me.
When you coach at a high school, you go up on that. You have to realize that distinctive line.
We ain't talking about no high school coach. We talking about the things that happen non-scholastic. So I should say non-scholastic.
That's too many syllables.
That's too much.
Grassroots is two.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports Texas, broadcasting on the Power 101.5 FM. And we got a very, very special guest that
He's older than me.
No,
Just-
but guess what?
His
You know what?
story-
I remember him. I remember him from the Fab 48. With my son played when he had my encounter with Gary, and he always wore the hats. So you
Gary Charles is the inspiring one.
He's a dumb.
I mean, you got to realize you're talking about a guy that worked on Wall Street.
That's right.
You talking about a guy that understand. He's just not just he's not the guy that just that's sitting there and trying this. Once again, at the top of his appearance, I introduced him as one of the pillars of summer basketball. And as you said, sometimes if grassroots basketball. During the break,
Yeah.
I explained. I don't know if Gary could hear. He was muted. That down south in Texas, it's summer in Texas, but I'm gonna go and try to transcend into calling it, identifying it as grassroots, not just summer basketball. But here's the thing, and with Gary Charles, people have denied when you were in your summer coaching days that went on to be the majority out there who had players that go on to the NBA because guys, they a set of basketballs out of it. You tell us some of the guys who've been up under you.
We started, we were called the Long Island Panthers, and we have switched the name to the New York Panthers. I've been fortunate enough to have coached over 24 pros, all of them, Joakim Noah, Danny Green, Lance Stevenson.
H-Town.
Yeah.
Yep. Skip to my loop.
Oh.
Matter of fact, Skip had a party last week in Vegas, and on and on, as much as possible. So there isn't one guy who I don't still speak with. Okay, so I'm proud of what Danny Green just did a couple years ago. I stopped my program a couple years ago because I wanted to concentrate more on events. I figured I'd put my
Yeah. Hey, I'm messing with Jimmy.
Now tell us. Now fast forward to was the higher because the big time Sonny Vaccaro and the rest of the crew put together that tournament in Las Vegas. I think it was Foothills High School was the main location for that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And back in those days, and tell us about it.
Yeah, so let me tell you about the Kobe thing. Even prior to that, Kobe's dad, Joe, was recruited as assistant coach. So because Joe was there, that meant, and Kobe was playing, that meant he could be anywhere, whether it was live or dead period. So I kept seeing Kobe, and I kept seeing the things that he was doing. And I said to Joe one day, hey, this son is really, really good. And there was an event in South Jersey called the War in the Woods. To just show you how we played, it was outside, but it was in the middle of the woods, and there was a couple courts, and we would play events there. And Kobe put on a performance for the ages. And I'm watching it with Joe, and Joe kept I actually went back to Sonny and said, Sonny, I know everyone right now is infatuated with Felipe Lopez, which they should. But the truth of the matter is, the kid that's coming in next one else, and I told Joe what my vision was for Kobe, what I thought. And then one day Joe said to me, you're not gonna believe this, but Kobe wants to go straight to the 6'5", 6'6" kid doing it. So I said to Joe, what Joe didn't know and what the family was concerned about, they didn't want to do it either. When I said that, now they were intrigued. And I also said, let's keep this quiet. So what Sonny and I would be doing, we would be driving to Philly. It was Sonny and I and one of the guys you represent.
Right.
Now, the three of us would drive to Philly to the Nova game. Well, under the auspices that
That's right.
The truth was, Kobe and the family lived 5 minutes away from Villanova. So the game that we were doing it. And boom. Eventually it came out that we were gonna sign Kobe. After that happened, Bill and I had a meeting with people and said, grassroots division. They hadn't have asked me to represent Kobe at that time, but like Jim said earlier, I had a vision. But as I tell people, I don't want to be a hypocrite. If I wasn't working on Wall Street, who knows what I might have said. And but I said no. Now I consider one of the top agents in the business.
Absolutely. And now, somebody else has again, all of you in your vehicles right now. And Herb says, were you aware of Lamar?
I was aware of a lot of things in regards to Lamar. In Lamar's situation, Lamar at the time was living with his grandmother. His mother, years old. I used to wonder, how did this kid even stay sane? Now there were problems, and we did the best we could to keep them together, because we knew this kid had all the abilities in the world to become a pro. So there were even times where I had to put my hands on Lamar, but I never forgot one that. That meant he was reaching out for help, and so every chance I could, I just made sure I could exactly what was going on inside.
Awesome.
Wow. And of course, Melvin has another question for the Lakers by telling the league Kobe would go overseas if certain teams drafted him. First of all, is that true? You know.
Yeah. You know what? So here's the deal on that. Yeah, that was on 30 for 30, Soul Man, ESPN. So what ended up happening is this: Shaq was gonna go to the Lakers. We had that because he was with. So Sonny and I started thinking about, wow, get Kobe at the time, Pacific Palisades. So there was a whole lot of reason for it. So what we had to do is figure out how to get past all the two other guys that Pete Antoine Walker had just won the national championship that year in Kentucky. So we knew that he might be the first one taken. And I'll never forget 42nd Street, just to show you Kobe's competitiveness. So he said to me, Mr. Charles, what wings do you trying to make at the time? Because we really didn't tell him. I would always tell the dad. I said, Kobe, there are two guys that might go with the Antoine Walker's not better than me. Now, what you guys gotta understand, this is a 17-year-old kid. Just won a national championship, they drafted before him. He had no problem with Kerry Kittle, because remember now, Kerry Kittle, he had an issue with Antoine being picked before he did. And I just laughed. And that's what just made me say to myself, he was gonna go. We knew there was one other team that could be a issue. Perry, not to take Kobe, and to take Howard Perry. So we put word out there that Kobe did not want to be anywhere near Philly because him and his dad were not getting along. And if he was chosen by the Nets, he would go back to Europe. Now remember now, Kobe had lived out there for 5 or 6 years, a little less, and he's not gonna play for with Charlotte, for Charlotte to take Kobe, and then
dropping nuggets all over the place. We got to come back for one more segment with Gary Charles. You guys got a short break on Raw Deal. Speaking of UConn, you guys hang right there. Chop shop.
Think about this though. You know I always listen. Think about this, y'all. I want y'all to think about something now. What he said. He'll go back to Europe, but his daddy was the reason he was in Europe because the dad played in Europe. His daddy. Y'all just said it.
They pulled a Peyton Manning.
Man,
They pulled Archie Manning.
I'd have cut holes in that, Gary. His dad, he don't never be fluent in 6 languages if it wasn't for his dad. Y'all know that. Come on, man. Y'all know I be listening. I haven't done my damn ear, baby.
Yes, the call. You got to wiggle it a little bit.
Oh, yours. Welcome back to the Best Boys Happy Hour. Yours truly.
Well, the Big East, I thought about Villanova and Kerry Kittles, and I could not help but think about my man Kevin Ollie and the situation that he's going through, lawsuit against UConn, his former assistant coach as well, and counter suit it is, and I mean.
For KO, I actually saw KO a month ago at one of my former players, Red Sterling Gibbs, who played for KO a couple of years ago as a point guard. And we talked about it, always because they're not getting any players. And at the end of the day, you all know what you signed up for, what he needed to do, and now all of a sudden, the guy felt that he needed to try to drop down on what was going on there. And a lot of this stuff goes on all over the country. And as I tell people all the time, it's whoever got caught running the stop sign, because a lot of people run through the stop sign, but you don't get caught. And let's let them go. Because as you and I both know, if he was winning, these things never would have happened. But I thought all along UConn made a mistake when they decided to pursue. And I even told some coaches in the BDs, the best thing you guys could do is to try to get UConn back, to bring the BDs to what it was, because it hurt both of you. Excuse me.
Bless you.
So I think that hurt KO's recruitment. He didn't become stupid overnight. You know, and I say that, all the time. I remember the coach at USC. Team were a middle of the pack team, but then when they got to the tournament,
yes,
they went on like a 3 or 4 game winning streak. The next thing you know, same guy. So KO is the same coach that won a national championship, and now all of a sudden you guys want to act like he doesn't know how to recruit.
And of course,
and
ironically, UConn just 2 weeks ago had decided to pay a buyout of $17 million to exit the All-American Conference.
But Herb just said something. I'm not sure of this, Gary, but Herb Baker's on our Facebook feed. He said he also did recruit.
Gary, man, I told you this is the best 120 minutes of your day. I warned you guys. There's no way that 120 minutes can go by so fast. I mean, hey, Gary, look at Gary Charles, man. Hey, we shop because there's so much we left on the table, man. Yeah. But we appreciate everything. Appreciate you taking up the time to join us today. Thanks a bunch. That's Gary Charles, man. On behalf of Robert Hatter, it's been 22 hours. Chop shop.
Yeah,